When I bought my 40-acre lakefront property just outside the HOA boundary, I was looking for peace, not problems. Unfortunately, my new neighbor Karen, the self-appointed queen of the HOA, had other ideas. The trouble started the moment I decided to pitch a tent near the shoreline for a weekend of camping and stargazing. Nothing fancy, just me, my dog, and a fire pit, asterisk within minutes. Karen marched over from across the private street, arms flailing, barking about violations and unauthorized activity. I calmly reminded her that I wasn't in the HOA and my land was private. That only made her more irate. She pulled out her phone and loudly dialed 911, telling the dispatcher there was a suspicious man camping illegally and claiming I was a threat to community standards. I didn't say much, just smiled, knowing something she didn't. Asterisk, you see. 2 days earlier, I had been negotiating with a developer who'd bought up a few lots, including the very street Karen lived on. He was ready to offload it after a failed housing project. I'd signed the papers that morning. The ink wasn't even dry. Asterisk so as she stood there waiting for the police. I pulled out my phone and called the county clerk to finalize the deed transfer. The moment she saw the sheriff drive up, she smirked like she had one. That smirk vanished. When the officer asked for my side, and I handed him the deed, asterisk, I now own this road, I said, pointing to the freshly signed document. As of 5 minutes ago, asterisk, the officer raised an eyebrow, checked the address, and chuckled. Ma'am, this man owns the private access you're standing on. Since he's not in your HOA, you have no authority over his land. Asterisk, Karen sputtered, her face redder than a fire hydrant. I added the cherry on top. I was closing the street for repairs indefinitely. Within 24 hours, I'd installed a locked gate and signs warning of private access only. Karen would now have to drive 2 miles around the backside to get to her. How's funny how quickly the self-proclaimed rule enforcer quieted down after that?